Merry Christmas! It's Amigos, episode 331. AGA sucks. Hi everybody, welcome to Amigos. I'm John.
And I'm Aaron.
And today, Aaron, it's our annual Christmas Hootenanny.
You already lost the
The
beard?
beard was gone.
You said it wasn't going to last long, but you weren't kidding.
I wasn't kidding. Listen,
Hootenanny! That's what I meant to say, Hootenanny!
we are ready to do all kinds of crazy stuff. It's a very special episode of Amigos this week. We don't have a game to review per se, but we are going to be opening some goodies. We are going to be running down all of the awesome hardware and software that's come out for the Amiga over the past year. And we're going to be reading some wish lists from some of our Discord members, things they'd like to find under the tree when it comes to Amiga goodness. Does that sound like a good idea?
That sounds dandy, bud. I love it, man.
And at the end of the show, we're going to be we're going to kind of rope in some of our Ask the Amigos questions that are Christmas related. Because we're not going to be recording Ask the Amigos till after Christmas. So stay tuned at the end of the show for some special Ask the Amigos Christmas questions.
Ooh, I like it. Unless they get a little creepy or naughty, then I don't know. Yeah.
That's all the Ask the Amigos questions.
That's a true valid point.
So, Aaron, it's time to talk about the year in Amiga and what a year it was in terms of new things, new games, new hardware, new software.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a quick rundown. All right. So we're going to start things off with early on in the year, probably the first big story of the year from January, the Buffy thing, Aaron. The Buffy.
This
Buffy,
is a thing.
the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you heard about the Buffy, Aaron?
It's been a while now.
Well, the Buffy, set out to do what the Vampire did with a little bit less functionality, but with a whole lot less cost.
They're going to do what they say can't be done, as the song says.
Yeah. And so the Buffy, I don't know if it made a huge splash because later on down the line, there were some other things that came out that might have stolen its thunder a little bit. But if you're looking for a solution, and I think Frank sells these.
They're not out yet.
They're not out yet, and I guess because of the chip shortage, I'm not sure when these things are going to be out. But this turns your Amiga into a blazing fast computer.
It's a majestic looking chip.
It is.
See that BGA right there? Mm-hmm. See, those are scary to me. Those are scary.
What does BGA stand for?
Ball Grid Array.
Really?
They're I used to put them on it when I worked at IBM. We had a $250,000 gimmick because to put them on. Well, they could put them on the slide, on the line,
mm-hmm.
But you have to be baked on. But if something goes wrong, that was where old Aaron came into view. I had to pull those suckers off.
Oh.
And then you had to put a new one on there. And you've got this gimmick that's got like radar on it. And there's a big camera.
Is it sort of like landing a ship in a flight sim?
It's a lot like that because, so get this. You don't just put the chip back on. That's for suckers. Right. You got to you got to reflow all the chips, and it would automatically do it. It would go through. You had to line it all up first. If you line it up wrong, oh man, you got problems. Then you got to put that sucker back on there, and then hope it works. It was never. No one wanted to do it. I would do it more than anybody. I had a mixed success. This was in the 90s, of course.
Right. Well, hopefully the Ball Grid Array on the Buffy works out. And
sounds a bit rude, doesn't it? Now you're always going to say Ball Grid Array, aren't you? Every time.
So I totally did not expect you to know what that stood for. I figured you were going to come up with some stupid answer.
I worked in card manufacturing.
There you go. You know what you're talking about. So anyway, the Buffy, probably the first big hardware story of 2020.
I noticed that this is dated February.
Yeah,
right?
this was the grand announcement.
So what's that tell you? Here we are. We're not there yet.
I did go to their blog just to see what was new, and basically nothing's new. They're still stuck in production heck.
Well, what are you gonna do? You got it's where you get into parts.
Right. Right. Now, Aaron, this next game, we heard an awful lot about this next game, NVIDIA.
Yeah.
This is what
well said, by the way. You just pronounced that right away.
This is what Bill played on the Amigathon.
It looked cool.
And this is one of these really high quality shooters.
Yeah.
Brought to us by Tiger Skunk.
Yeah.
The finest name in Amiga game.
Tiger Skunk. That could be worse.
Kind of a Gradius-like game, wouldn't you say?
It was real fancy.
R-Type?
Oh, yeah. I thought it was. And Bill did a good job, too. That's not easy,
man.
Yeah,
and since this thing was announced, of course, it was released. And I believe that there have been new level packs that have been released for it since its
Oh, yeah?
inception. Yeah. So
All right.
if you're just jumping on now, you might want to check out if you're a fan of horizontally scrolling shooters.
We're gonna tangle with this one at some point, I'd wager. I can't wait to get into some of this new stuff because it looks great. There's a lot of great stuff that came out and is coming out, and we're gonna get to play with it. It'll be fun.
Yeah. All right. Next thing, Aaron. You know, I had to hold back from just putting all of the arcade ports that are coming out in 2021 because there are just so many.
Look at that.
But Tapper, Aaron.
Did we ever try this?
I know that I tried it.
Yeah, what'd you think?
And it was great.
Yeah.
It was great. I believe that
it was awesome.
I believe that it's not quite ready for prime time as
of
yet.
I see.
But it is, as far as the graphics go, I mean, that looks pretty much spot on with the arcade.
That looks nice, doesn't it? Isn't that gorgeous looking?
Of course, Tapper is one of our favorite arcade games. And it's just so great that these, sort of arcade quality ports, the Amiga, there are some systems that sort of make do with transcodes.
That's right.
The Amiga,
hold on a second.
They sidestep that. They go right for where the real coding, prowess is, which isn't a good port.
Listen, transcodes are awesome, but it's also nice to have a luxurious port. Look how rich and beautiful that looks, Bo. That looks like a winner.
Yeah.
We got to get on that.
So hopefully 2022 we're going to see the full release of Tapper, but I had to give it a mention just because it is so exciting.
Plus drinking.
Yes.
Ding. Any games related to drinking, can't go wrong.
All right. Next up, Aaron, there was a launch of a little magazine this year. We've seen magazines come and go. Even the Amigos had a magazine for a time.
It was a one-man show. He was a heck of a man.
We
love that guy.
He was a man, yeah. But a new print magazine debuted. All Amiga, all the time, from the home of the Amiga. That's right, the UK.
Yeah.
That is where the Amiga came from, right?
Well, no, but close enough. That's the ones that they care.
They care.
Yeah,
so this is Amiga Addict, and of course this comes to us from the winning team Simulant Systems, makers of other fine Amiga hardware, such as a Wi-Fi modem and stuff. So Amiga Addict came out of the gate strong, and they only got stronger. They're going from strength to strength, Aaron.
Yeah, it's a beauty.
Current sponsor of Amigos, and of course Joan is a great friend. Issue 9 is out right now. You can get it. And if you are into, or if you have an Amiga-loving friend in your life, of course, if you're listening to this show and you're not that friend, then what are you doing?
Yeah, you better go get you one of them
quick.
Quick.
Exactly.
Hang out with the right people. That's what I say.
This is, and it's if you're living in England, it's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap. The shipping, of course, is the real killer with something like this.
Of course, you got overseas. The old digital copy.
Yeah. You can always get the digital copy. We highly recommend
it. What you do is, here's what you do. All right, you're an American, right? But you love the Amiga, but you're cheap, or you don't have the money, right? You get the digital copy, and then when no one's looking at work, they got those expensive color lasers, knock it out.
That's right.
And none of that crap where you put like 4 pages on a sheet. No, treat yourself. You deserve it. You deserve it, yeah.
Then you get out the old company comb binding machine.
Oh, fancy boat. Yeah. That's a level of theft even I hadn't thought of. Nice work.
I've been doing it for years.
We love Amiga Addict, by the way. And our buddies work there, and they do a great job.
Yes.
Good job, guys.
All right. Now, Aaron, speaking of a game that we actually did play on the show.
Yeah, I remember this one.
Smarty and the Nasty Gluttons. Okay. What do you remember about this one?
I think I kind of bury this game a little bit.
I don't think you were too kind to it. This game, I believe it comes out of a Scandinavian country.
Yeah.
I want to say Finland, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And so, of course, all of our Finnish people out there go insane over this game.
Really?
I want to say maybe this is Swedish. I'm taking it all back. This is Swedish. It's an interesting take on what would normally be a single-screen Bubble Bobble Rainbow Islands type game.
Yeah.
But they've added some additional scrolling to it.
It's a beauty there. Look at the background.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful game. It's got a unique control mechanic, in terms of how you get rid of the enemies and things like that. You should definitely check it out. It is definitely one of the better games that has been released on the Amiga this year, just in terms of it not looking like a homemade game.
I will say this, after my stint with the Sinclair QL over the past couple of days and playing some Jungle Eddie, this looks like Shadow of the Beast and Wings had a son compared to what I've been playing. So yeah.
So anyway, Smarty and the Nasty Gluttons, it's made, you can buy a digital or a physical copy of this through Bitmap Soft. Check it out. It is a game to play on the Amiga.
That's a good one. Looks good. I don't remember it, but I remember not liking it for some reason. I'll have to go back and watch my own review, but...
All right, Aaron. Next up, You know, I'm trying to go back and forth between software, hardware, and other things.
I like how you've done it, Bo. Well done.
This is a question you wonder who. It's an answer for a question that you wonder. You know, why does it exist? But it's cool.
Yeah.
You know, this is an Amiga 2000 board that has been produced. It's one of those do-it-yourself boards where you supply your own blood, sweat, and tears to get this thing to work. And parts. And it fits in an eATX case.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know where that fits in the ATX because there's all kinds of ATX case. There's the full size. There's the mini.
Once they got past AT and ATX, and baby as I'm out. I don't know.
Yeah, but it looks to be a pretty small board.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing if you've got one of those pizza box style cases, maybe it fits in one of those. I don't know. Why would you put an Amiga in a PC case, Aaron?
Why do anything? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not saying
I would say expansion, some sort of expansion.
That's like get the Zorro cards.
Well, I mean, it's not going to fit in an Amiga, so we know that.
Yeah,
so yeah, true. You don't. But you got to put it something. You know, if it was you, it'd be a cardboard box or shoe box.
That's true.
But if you're some kind of person that's not a hack, they want to put it in something nice.
What I wonder is if the ATX case gives those Zorro cards a little bit more stability in the case, because those things are massive, and you wonder if you're moving it around, if maybe they can snap off in there if you're not careful.
Well, I don't know. They're gonna snap. They're pretty sturdy, both. But yeah, they're big. They're big old cards, that's for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, if you're interested in a project and a half...
That's why we don't do hardware.
Yeah.
No idea. I always thought that you know what Zorro cards were.
Can you imagine? Ravi told me about it.
Good job, Ravi. You did absorb something from him.
If you're into if you want a project for this holiday season and you enjoy soldering and soldering related things...
During the holidays, that's what I like to do. Curl up beside a fire and solder.
This thing, just look at all those pain points. That's what they call them, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the eATX Amiga 2000 board.
Don't we know who do we know that got? Don't we know people that got one of these?
Figgy got one, but I think he got it was a different model.
Did Dave get one of these?
Maybe
somebody no. You know who it was John Marshall.
Oh, you're right.
John Marshall got one.
I don't know if we heard the end of the story though. If he ended
up, I think we heard the end. I think we heard the end. He's got one.
Now, this next story, Aaron, I have no idea what it is because we got no previews. So you're going to have to click on it. Oh, this is the Mod Explorer. Remember talking about this?
I think, is that the thing that plays mods?
Yes.
I think I got it actually queued up here. I love that. It's a thing when it's great.
It basically, it's like a universal shuffler of mod files. So instead of going through your own... That's right. Instead of going through your own modest collection of mods, you can avail yourself of the tens of thousands of mods that are out there.
This is the one that's for the Amiga.
Yeah.
Okay.
OS4.
OS4. There you go. That's why you couldn't remember what it was. I should have known when the thing was called Amiga 5000.de.
Right.
That's well out of our wheelhouse, bro. But yeah, still pretty cool. That's what I like to do. I love me some Amiga mods.
Mod Explorer came out in 2021.
Good job, dudes. I think it's a good idea, too.
Yeah. Now, Aaron, this next story is about the newest version of Amiga Forever. Now, I know you've kicked the tires with this thing a time or two.
I did a while back.
They added some pretty significant changes to this, right?
Oh, actually, this one's been released since I even fooled with it. This release here, Forever 9 R2. I have not actually updated to this yet. I'm looking to see what they've done here. Improved setup wizard, arcade mode. That's interesting, the arcade mode, the tile setup. They do give you a lot of options for the viewing. And,
of course, the big thing with this Amiga Forever 9 is the LHA support. So you can unzip files right through the browser and give you that
That was a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. So that's good news. Listen, Cloanto puts out one mean box of love with the Amiga and the 64 Forevers in terms of making it simple for a sluppy type like the boat here. He doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to hardware.
No.
Listen to Zorro.
No. Sometimes I try to type on the back of the keyboard.
Yeah. So you got to keep it simple for the humanoids, man.
Yeah.
And that's what you need is Cloanto does it. Now, when it comes to the rest of their outfit, say what you will, but you can't. No one can knock their impressive front end for the Amiga, especially if you're game type. We don't care about the other crap. No. We need some Cloanto up front to make it easy for us. So yeah, there you go. Good call on that one, boat.
All right, now this next one here, we're going into the music realm here.
Time for you to bury this. Go ahead.
Has there ever been a piece of music from a video game that has been more done over?
No. Yes, of course.
Like what?
The Final Fantasies. They do those things today. Every time I look up, they're doing some of those.
They blasted that out on the trombone, the Final Fantasy theme?
No.
Yeah. You don't remember the guy from The New Day with the plastic trombone?
I do
playing the
remember
Final
him.
Fantasy theme?
No. The thing is, he could have been playing anything. I don't know what that sounds like. Because I don't play Final
Fantasy guy. Well, anyway, Turrican, they've done it again. And by done it again, I mean they've done it again. This is the
early in the year.
This is the best of Turrican Remixes Volume 1.
Man, you know it's gold. Look at all that stuff right there.
Yeah, yeah. And so this is this was a release. Now I believe that there was also a symphonic package that might have come out this year.
I know there was at least 2 things that came out with the Turrican guy.
This is all EDM Eurodance trash. If you're ready,
now let's not bury it.
Look who the author of this thing is. Scroll up to the top there. The author of this thing is the old D4XX in the cool guy
I thought that
font.
was a Y.
I don't even know what that is. I thought to myself,
why would he pronounce this?
Yeah.
It is a 4. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because you don't want that to be a Y, sir.
No.
In no circumstances.
No. So D4XX, the DJ to the stars, he's put this thing out. And you can listen to this.
Is he the DJ to the stars?
I mean, I've always thought so.
I mean, you just made that up there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he, instead of, charging you, so many people, they charge $30-$40 for these Turrican reimaginings. D4XX, he wants to give it to the people. Power to the people. You can go on Bandcamp right now, d4xx.bandcamp.com. Listen to this for free. If you want to contribute, if you want to buy, you can buy everything he's ever written in his life for 34
Look at this, by the way. Over here, if you look, he's got Best of Turrican. He's got Best of the C64 game. That might be kind of good, too, if you're into that.
Yeah.
I like to get in the car. I mean, this is a shoot. I'm not Yankee Chain. I like to listen to the old C64 music.
As much as I rag on the C64, that SID chip is something else.
It's the man. I like it more than the Amiga music. Yeah. I mean, it's because it's more basic. Amiga's a lot more sampley,
Yeah, it's a lot more sampley, and I think that, again, you had such a larger pool of people composing for the C64. There's a lot more cream there.
D4XX, it looks like an unassuming cat. Mm-hmm. You would never think that that's a DJ.
No.
I think DJs are like funk guys, big weird glasses and crazy hair.
Not in Europe. In Europe, they all look like him.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Ravi sort of looks like that.
There you go.
Okay, you're already onto something. It's a good look.
It is a good.
Because he's just like, listen, I'm going to look normal. I'll let the music make me awesome.
Right, and all you really need is just one headphone on.
Yeah, and see if
and a little twist of the knob every once in a while.
Yeah, yeah. If we were DJs, it would be the opposite.
No.
We would have to dress like we were coming out of the 1970s funk scene.
Well, listen.
And then the music would be like...
The set would be over before it started because I'd go to plug in the Amiga. I used the wrong power supply. It would explode.
You'd be
show's over, folks.
That's a good point, Bode. You will never be anything XX. I can tell you that right now.
No. All right, Aaron. We move on down the line. We go to the game that I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah.
This is still in development. First, started development in 2021, 2022 release. This is Creeping Me Out Hex Night.
I don't remember this. I'll be honest with you.
This is a game, it kind of looks like an adventure game, like one of those LucasArts games, but it's not. This is, for all intents and purposes, the new Addams Family for the Amiga.
It is?
Okay, yeah.
It looks like it looks like an RPG.
Well, here's the thing. It's got talking non-player characters in it, but once you get out into the world, you are moving around, you're jumping on enemies, you're doing all your normal platforming things. Okay?
I'm going to skip ahead here because I can see that part. Here we go.
So as you can see here, this is what we're looking at. So I'm really looking forward to playing me some Creeping Me Out Hex Night because it's got the setting that I enjoy, that gritty, dark, urban.
It reminds me more of like Batman because the way it moves.
Well,
it's kind of like the Addams Family was all manic. This is kind of slow.
Well, it's still under development. I have a feeling they're going to crank up the speed once this thing gets done.
Is that a chick with like one of those white stripes in her hair?
I don't know. Who was that? Who was that comic book character that was?
Rogue?
Yeah, Rogue.
Yeah, but I mean, this chick looks witchy, so I'm buying it.
Yeah.
If you've got the cool stripe, like I would love that. If I was a female with long red hair, for example, I'd have the skunk stripe down the middle. It makes you look cool.
Would you go right down the middle?
You can get away with it if you're...
You look like you're prematurely graying when that happens.
Well, listen, I've been prematurely graying for 40 years, okay? So let them get a little taste.
Okay.
That's the way I look at it. Yeah, I've never heard of this one, Bo. I don't know how. I must have missed this one.
Yeah, so
that
I'm
looks
really
nice. I like that. Look
at
at the detail on the face and stuff. That's
it's like they actually spent some time with it.
Well, I mean, they all look at that. That's the zoomed in version. It's cool picking up coins.
Yeah, I mean that's almost console quality right there. So I'm really looking forward.
Oh, well, would you get that out? Almost console. It's all console quality. It's the Amiga. It's way better console.
So now we move on, Aaron, to
hot news.
Hot news.
Hot news. You know it's hot.
Remember when we played Metal Gear on?
Yeah, that was awesome, dude.
Yeah. So of course this was probably the biggest port, I'd say, of 2021. Even bigger than these arcade game ports. This is the MSX port to the Amiga of Metal Gear, done by DJ Hoffman.
Yeah, what a stud. Speaking of DJ, he needs 3 X's after his name for that performance.
I'm pretty sure there are a couple of X's after his name when he's on stage.
Oh, I'd say.
Yeah. So anyway,
does he work a little blue? Is that what you're implying?
Listen, I'm not going to give away his secrets.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So, if you've always wondered what this Metal Gear stuff is all about, and you almost went to the NES version, don't stay away from the NES version.
Good.
It's no good. You want to play the Amiga port of the MSX original. I had a lot of fun with this one, Aaron. I don't recall you being as crazy about it as I.
No, I liked it.
Did you like it?
In fact, I think I liked it more than you.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I was very impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if you're into Metal Gear, the original, this is the one to play. It's the best looking.
Mm-hmm.
It's far and away the best sounding. There's nothing close to that.
Yeah.
It's got all the built-in amenities that you could use in 2021. Plus, it's free.
Yeah.
And you've got, bam, slam dunk.
Yeah.
This is going to be high in contention for in my Game of the Year voting vote.
Which you look forward to that next week at our year-end show.
Get the polls ready, vote.
So, Aaron, we're going to move on past Metal Gear, and we're coming into the home stretch here.
Oh, here we go.
I had to put this in here for you.
Okay, I don't know what this is. Oh, yes, I remember. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. I thought that was one screen. I was like, my God, what'd they do to my game? The Java remake of Lionheart. Holy smokes.
Yeah. So
I forgot about this.
They finally did it, Aaron. Lionheart finally escaped from the confines of the Amiga on to the PC through Java, the most powerful language
of all the weird things, eh? But hey, it worked, you know?
Yeah. Now, did you actually check this out on the PC?
I don't remember. I'm not sure I did, you know, but boy, I will. I absolutely will. Listen, you can't, as long as you get the full Lionheart experience, complete with the scene where he goes in fury.
That's really the best part of the game.
And, you know, then I'm down with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, seriously, you know it's one of my faves.
Yeah.
So anytime, and it's an Amiga exclusive, so let those dipsticks on the PC see what they were missing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Get them a little. So good on them.
Yeah. All right, Aaron, and finally, the last 2021 big news story. Of course, we couldn't leave without talking about it.
Yeah.
The Amiga 500, and of course, it's sort of pertinent. You guys went over this in great detail in the last episode of Amiga.
Yeah.
But I thought we'd just touch on it because it is. I mean, how many years have we talked about them doing an Amiga Mini, and finally it has come to pass?
Yeah. You know, they released the last. I guess you heard us. The last game they picked, a great game, Stunt Car Racer, one of my favorites. Every time I think of this, and I think of you, I think of the years you labored on the fact that you thought it was a glitched-up disaster.
Because I had emulation issues.
Let me tell you something. It's double awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we all know that. What do you think of the lineup here, Boat?
I think it's pretty good. I think the only thing that's missing is Lotus. You know, you got to have some Lotus 2 in there.
Yeah,
but other than that, I mean, they've got Kickoff on there.
I'm assuming there was licensing issues.
The same reason why there's probably not Sensible World of Soccer on there.
Right.
But I think in terms of what they could do, they did, and maybe this thing is going to sell so well that they'll offer some additional titles further on down the line.
Let me ask you a question. All right, I'm glad you brought the old Amiga Mini up here. So this thing is going to be coming out. I believe it's the first quarter of 2022, right?
Right.
So let's say for fun that it sells well. All right. And then all of a sudden, here comes the maxi version of this. Where's that thing going to set
It's going to sit right
amongst the purists, and will something like that sell well, you think?
Well, I think that they figured out how to make it so cheap that it doesn't really matter, because they already announced that they're going to make a maxi. So they're not scared about people only buying the mini version.
Yeah.
What I think is going to happen is you're going to have, listen, let's be honest here, Amiga folk are crazy about the Amiga, and I think most people that buy the mini are just going to turn around and buy the maxi too, and have them sitting side by side on the shelf.
Now, I have, through our good pal, the Rushi, he set me up, although apparently I could get one of my own now, but I didn't know at the time. We got him some money, he put me to pre-order. Do you have any interest in either one of these if they ever come out? If the maxi comes out, is that one you would get?
I definitely have more interest in the maxi than the mini, because it's cool to have a full-size Amiga sitting there that actually works, and I don't have to power with a shoebox. So I'm more interested in that. But what I think is like I could give something like this to Da Krabs, my buddy Dan, who never had an Amiga. And he's struggling with the emulation thing. Yeah. This is a plug-and-play solution to get somebody that's never used an Amiga right into the scene.
Yeah, I will say the Mini the price is too high. We could agree on the Minis. It's priced too high because it's too high to give out as gifts. You know what I'm saying, right now. Now maybe it'll come down like the C64 Mini did, and that like maybe this time next year at Christmas time. We'll be giving those away as little stocking stuffers because it's a.
Hopefully they won't be blowing them out, cutout style.
Right, but I'm saying, they're hundred. You need to get these things under $100. Then you got something, right? Yes. Now, this is what I like to call the profit-taking portion of the event before they come down. But if you get these things, let's say you could pick all these things up for $70, $80, all right, and then probably lower than that at some point. Then you got something you can give out. You can give your kid just the mini. You don't even need to get the big one.
If they could get this thing down, to me, the sweet spot's right there at the old $49.99. That's impulse buy.
Well, what did the NES and the Super Nintendo?
Because those ended up coming down to about.
But what did they start out with? They were like under $100, weren't they?
They all, I think, maybe 69 or 79, something like that.
Yeah.
So
the Amiga Mini's coming in too high.
Yeah.
That's one play now. I doubt licensing and all this crap has caused the price to be that high. I think they're trying to fleece the marks.
Yeah, right? Well, that's how you make money in business.
But I know.
That's how we make money.
Listen,
fleece the marks.
When we were talking last week, me and Brent, we went over the new, I think it's the Thunderbird from the guys over at the Vampire team, Apollo team. And you're talking, that thing was like 543 euros, something like that. Big money. So clearly the Amiga community will spend the bucks.
Right.
Will they spend the bucks on this? Probably.
Yes. Yes. The answer to that question
Probably.
Is yes.
Now, will these ship? Will we see these in the stores here in America? Is an interesting question.
Yes, I think we will. I think we will see them in some sort of limited capacity at like Stone and Thomas or Lazarus. Or
is Stone and Thomas are they still around?
No. I don't think.
Where did you pull those out?
I don't think we're going to see these.
I haven't thought of Stone and Thomas for decades.
Whenever I think about retail shopping, that and Lazarus always pop up in my head first.
Well, it would be nice to go into a store and see Amiga marked stuff on the wall or on a shelf. That'd be kind of fun.
I could see it sneaking in someplace like Big Lots.
Have you seen the C64 locally on shelves anywhere?
You mean like the big one?
I mean either one of them locally on shelves anywhere that you've ever been in real life.
No.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
So if that isn't on either shelves, what makes you think the Amiga is going to creep on there?
You got a good point.
Yeah.
Then
Then again, that's generally something you would probably order.
But I think like stores like Big Lots or Tuesday Morning or one of those kind of places where they sort of
Tuesday Morning, are they still around either?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
I don't know. I haven't been to one of those in a long time.
You don't shop, do you? You just make this stuff up.
No.
Sears and Roebuck. I was just out there. I had the catalog down on the farm. You goof. Well, we'll see. I'm getting one for test. I had to get one for us. We had to get one.
Yeah.
And if they come out with the big one, I'll probably get one of those.
Listen, I guarantee you, this is what's going to happen. You're seeing a ton of pictures on Twitter of some old dude foisting upon this on their kids and hooking it up to their big HD TV and be like, Junior's playing Amiga, look at it. And meanwhile, Junior's like, oh my God.
Let me tell you something. I have a Junior, like the boy.
Yeah.
And the boy will play any game that's fun. He may be an anomaly, but he will. And he'll play fun stuff. And I guarantee you, if I hook that thing up to the TV and he would sit down, now he may not spend 2 hours playing Stunt Car Racer, but he'd probably spend 20 minutes on
that
it.
would be a great video where you just sit Luke down, do a Luke show and say, listen, this is Stunt Car Racer. What do you think? Just get his first opinions.
Oh yeah,
on
Luke reaction videos.
Yeah.
I can see it. That's my new. That's going to get me to the top.
That's how you do it. That's how you pay for his college.
He ain't going to college. Right to trade school, boat.
So, this concludes now. Was this everything that happened in 2021? Heck no. In fact,
oh God,
no.
no.
I left some things out on purpose because when we go over people's wish lists, we can discuss them. But of course, there's tons and tons of stories. We didn't go over hardly any of the arcade ports and stuff.
The Amiga stuff.
The Amiga, the 8-bit guys game, the Petsky robots coming out for the Amiga. I don't know if that's a big deal or not. But anyway, somebody mentioned in the chat.
Remember,
yeah, he's got a game.
He's got a gun too. He's got both.
Well,
you blew right past that, didn't you?
I didn't want to go down that path. Listen, man, I try not to be controversial. I got to rein you back.
What?
Sometimes.
The first thing you said was AGA sucks.
So what we're going to do now is, we put out the call on Discord. We said, of all this cool stuff that's come out, what do you want most under your tree? And so,
oh boy, I haven't read these yet. So
let's start out with Super Tech Boy.
He's right there. That's right.
He says Turbo Santa, the Christmas version of Turbo Tomato.
In fact, me and the Brent just covered Doug covering this. Mark, him and his son played this on his show and gave it a high review.
Cool. I remember it. I've played it a little bit. It's a very fast-moving game.
You remember Turbo Tomato?
Yeah.
And this is the Christmas rendition.
Sure. Let's see. Paul Bossman Harrington says, I'd like one of those USB floppy drives that can read Amiga discs on a PC.
Oh, yeah.
I have a few discs I'd like to back up before they rot. I know I can hook up my Amiga, but that's a bit of a process. Connect Amiga, connect monitor, copy floppy, take out CF hard drive, plug into PC, and when you EOA, or when you AE. I made the mistake of reading what was written instead of what he meant. Copy to PC with 2 newborn twins. Yeah, Boss Man's a dad these days.
He's got now he says a new boss in town.
Yeah, there's a new boss in town. 2 of them. He says, typing this with one hand whilst one daughter sleeps on the other.
Oh, that is touching.
And then he says, or maybe my wish should be just an actual Amiga or Amigo to look after the kids for a bit whilst I tinker with the Amiga.
Or maybe another hand.
Yeah.
Like a couple extra arms.
Absolutely.
Like an octopus.
Barkbit says the simulant Amiga keyboard is very tempting.
Oh, yeah.
He says he can't justify it at the moment, but it's definitely on the list of go-to items. That thing looks sharp, doesn't it?
Remember, a couple years ago, Simulant had a whole array of these keyboards that were like possibly going to get made. I'm hoping someday that we see all of those because they were all awesome looking.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be able to get that going with the launch of this one.
Simulant's like an entrepreneur. You notice that? And we just had to know him. He's our good buddy. Good for you, pal. I love it.
Chris Folds writes, Turbo Sprint AGA, a fun multiplayer game for when we can all see each other again.
Yeah.
I love Turbo Sprint.
That's a great game. You can't go wrong with the old Super Sprint and all those. They're all good. Yeah. The Geese, he knows.
That's right.
Yeah.
Paul echoes what, Hermsky, Paul a.k.a. Hermsky echoes what Paul a.k.a. Bossman said. His wish is the same, so he wants that same sort of. I think it's the Grease Weasel, isn't what that thing is called?
Well, it's based on the old Grease Weasel. I don't know what the exact name of it is. It's a gimmick that you can.
That's a horrible name. It's
I believe your boy Neil went over that gimmick.
Okay,
remember that on his show?
I remember him. Yeah. And finally, Pixels of Dawn writes, Slayers of High Toro. This is a new game released for the Amiga that isn't just a shooter or a platformer. So I'm going to have to look into Slayers of High Toro.
That's an awesome name.
It sounds like a lawnmower.
Well, High Toro, wasn't that the old joystick company that was before they had Amiga?
It was a false thing. Yeah. So, definitely so much cool stuff coming out there.
Yeah.
And so, and Duncan says Amiga OS 3.2.1 has just been released.
Holy
we didn't talk about Amiga OS 3.2, but that's another
We don't upgrade that much.
No.
Do we?
No.
Is it gonna make Stunt Car Racer run better or faster? Otherwise, I don't care. But yeah, it's great.
So, Aaron, we should probably, speaking of Amiga OS 3.2, where you can pick that up.
I think I do know where you might be able to go.
Tell us, Aaron.
You go down to the Hillbilly Flea Market. No, I'm just kidding. Mm-hmm. You go to Retro Rewind, brother. It's Retro Rewind. Our good friend Frank.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go through the usual rigmarole here because I'm just going to lay it down. Frank does good work, good quality work. You know, the Christmas season, it's probably late for the gift giving, but there's a secret second season that comes after Christmas. That's the Christmas money spending period, Boat.
Yes.
That's when you take that money that Granny or Aunt Sue gave you in lieu of the usual socks or tie, and you've got hot cash in your hand. You think yourself, what can I do with this wad, Boat? Well, let me tell you something. Here's what you do. I'm going to help you out. You go to RetroRewind.ca. Then you type in Amigos 10. That's the promo code. That's going to save you 10% more, and then you go crazy. Treat yourself. It's Christmas too.
You can get anything you want, from a flash cart to an EEPROM to a cap kit. You could even get one of those things you put in your floppy drive to keep it safe while it's traveling. The old
park
card
thing,
yeah.
Not to mention Coco stuff.
There's a whole line of Coco stuff Frank's just put up there, the Coco SDC, a whole line of cap kits. Plus, if you've got a busted Amiga, if it's all beat down, you can send it to him. He will fix it. He will return it in brand new condition, and he will not charge you an arm and a leg.
No. Now, before we move off of the Frank just got finished with a very nice promotion, Boat. Why don't you whip over and can you whip over and read his little blurb?
Absolutely.
He put out about this, because we want to highlight this. We don't just listen. When we get asked for sponsorships every once in a while, and we don't just put out any goof. They got to be a quality person, and this right here proves that Frank is top shelf, Boat. Read the shtick.
Yeah. So it says Frank, of course, gave we were all running together. All of the shows plus Frank that Frank so gratefully sponsors were benefiting a food bank up there in Canada called the Daily Bread Food Bank. And Frank put out a tweet today. He says, "Thanks to our fantastic customers and partners, which include Tenmark, us, Mac Freak Forever, ARG Presents, Commodore, and which is the Sprite Castle podcast, and Pixel Guide In, we were able to raise $700 for the Daily Bread Food Bank. A fantastic cause during the holiday season. Way to go. So thank you to everybody that used the Tiz Amigos code and helped raise some money to help some people get some food for this holiday season.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
$700 will buy quite a bit of grub for those people. And listen, you don't think about that sort of thing that often, because it was a fun little contest. But at the end of the day, the people that went out, and I know a lot of people just went out to be nice, support the shows, and they bought stuff. Listen, we appreciate you. And more importantly, the people up there that got to have a meal because of you, or got to have something nice to take home to serve their kids because of you, they appreciate it. It's a win-win situation. And we really are thankful to everyone that bought something from Retro Rewind when we had that promotion running. And please continue to patronize these fine folks. It's not like this only goes around once a year. Frank also was a heavy contributor during Amiga-thon, Boat. So he's real good at giving back to the community. And we appreciate it, Frank. And we appreciate all y'all for chipping in.
Yeah. All right, Aaron. Well, as we move towards sort of the end of the show before the beginning of the show, as we're going to close things out, and then we're going to answer some questions for Ask the Amigos. But as we come to the end of the Amigos show proper, we probably should talk about last week's Patreon Song Challenge. It seems like it's been about 16 years ago.
2 weeks ago, Bo.
Yeah.
Is that far back?
And the answer, Aaron, and you got this one. This was one that you knew right off the bat. Birdhouse in Your Soul by They Might Be Giants.
One of the few college bands that I supported back in the day. I knew a chick that liked them. There you go.
There you go. So Pixels at Dawn, straight out of Compton, straight out of the gates.
Is he? I never would have guessed that.
Got it right. Jigglebox got it. Pac Billy, Alien Breeder, Gary Heather, Mitsuyama, and Eric Nelson. Congratulations to all of you guys for winning the Patreon Song Challenge. We've got a new one for you coming up right now. If you know the name of this song, send me an email at john@amigospodcast.com, and I will be happy to announce you as a winner on next week's episode. If you're watching live in the chat, keep it to yourself. Send me an email instead. All right, Aaron, let's hit it.
Careless Drew, Carlos, Matthew, Mobius, the Phantom Magnus, Seth Yates, Alistair Bean, Christian Russell, David Z, George Rosalski of the Amig-HO, Daniel Crabtree, Super Fam King, Crazy Loomis, William Victor Scum, Heavy Systems, Bundy, Fraggler, Mark Bullen, Olaf Hermsky, Alien Breeder, Dave Velociraptor, Cowboy Langdonson, Daniel Williams, Lucaton, John Cookbaum, the bass Frodo in L, Soul Incisor, Tech Mage, Jurgen, Mr. Collider, Lucas, Jerry Dennington, Saw Club, Reflection, Simon Ledge, Captain Crispy, Gigabytes and Caffeine, Gary, Heather, Free Lunch, Kate Fox, David Pickford, Cameron Armstrong, Andy Jones, Mobs, Terminator, 10-minute League of Retrocast, Bernard Quinn, RMC, Tim Drew, Joseph Harrison, Kyle Eder, Rob O'Hara, Matthew Lamont, Andy Craig, Sean Barclay, Roland Bird, Andrew Moncho, the Zombie, Nicolon, Ellie Kebab, Chicote, LeBlanc, John Marshall, Matthew Perot, Richard Grosh, Chris Devon, Russell, Stefan Torber, Mortensen, Edmund Helen, Christopher Hessel, Rabbi Abbott, Christopher Braun, Drew, Graham Bethke, Adam Adams, Neil Bryan, Red Drew, and Vintage Gary Hucker, Paul Bossman, Harrington, Duncan Styles, Stage from the Crypt, Josh Knapp, Adam Bradley, Jonas Muller, THG, Eric Nelson, Tommy Robinson, Daniel Vincent, Rudiger Kuda, Darren Gold, Jason Walls, Vincent Don, Kyoki Bowman.
All right. So, and of course, we would be nowhere if we didn't have our Twitch subscribers. Actually, we'd still be here. Let's not kid ourselves. But
They help,
we do appreciate our Twitch subscribers. We do record this show every Friday around 5 o'clock, except when we don't, like today. It's Tuesday because Friday's Christmas Eve.
We got snowed in.
Yeah. So I'd like to read those guys off. Some heavy hitters on this list, Neil. I'm not going to lie to you.
Did you call me Neil just now?
I did.
That's what happens when you get replaced right there.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I'm going to start calling you the Brent. Try to live with that.
I can live with it.
No, you can't.
All right, here we go. R-Typer, Paul Kitching, Retro Jerry, Chronosnet, OROM, Texas Foosballer, Mikea 3000, Real Retro Dude, Frodo NL, Gary Heather, Demoscene TV, Lord Soup, Paco Take, Explorer, the Mr. Chip, Jigglebox, the Retro Hour, Blue is my car, French Donna. Just saying. Macintosh Librarian, HSEI Ken, Cadian, Barkbit, Picard 2010, Anthony Roberts, Butterbird, Blue Jellyfish, Robin Wendell, L, Curtis Boyle,
Oh, hell.
Scumboy, John Marshall 3, Trapshot Live, Duncan Styles, Amiga Live, The Retroist, Octams, Captain Chaos DK, Beach Bum 7, Mitsuyama, Ami Steph, or maybe it's Ami Steph, Blue Train, Lamatsta.
Ami Steph is a lot more. That's a lot more.
It's an existential thing.
Yeah.
Happy Coding ZX, Grizzla, Wide World of Retro, Memories of a Spectrum Gamer, Buck Owens, Super Dan, Pixels at Dawn Gaming, Eeyore 4077, Rule of Thirds, Uber Scuba Diver, Z9K9, Back to 8-Bit with Hermsky, Rob Flack O'Hara, I am Chris Folds, Luminate08, Daw Krabs MTG, Qbits, Canadian Retro Things, Ham01, and Edvin, live from the man cave.
Oh
Helen.
man, there's a lot of good folks in there. All y'all are fine folks.
Yes.
You know, your buddy, you introduced me to the Krabs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been snooping in his channel over there.
Uh-oh.
The Krabs does like magic stuff.
He's a
right?
big magic guy.
And I'm looking at this stuff. Holy smokes! You've got to be some kind of third level genius
Yes.
to figure this crap out.
He wants me to start playing, and I do not
Holy
have the
smokes.
intellectual aptitude.
I'll
to
tell you
do
what,
that.
get the checkbook ready too, pal.
Yeah.
He was trying to explain to me what was going on and what these cards meant. And I was just like, I don't know what the heck's happening.
Yeah,
Too hard for me, bud.
it's a hard life.
But hey, the Krabs, he's the king dog. He's got a little coterie of card folk over there, and he sits around just opening packs of cards, and people get into it.
Yeah,
It's a big deal.
they love it.
It
They
is
love
exciting in a weird way.
And you know, when you watch, it's just like lots of things. When you watch somebody that knows what they're doing and
Yeah.
you see them work their craft, it's cool.
So no one watches us with that. When you see
Never.
somebody work their crap, then you
yeah, that's correct. That's correct. All right, Aaron, let's jump right on over to the Discord. We're going to answer some Christmas questions from our Ask the Amigos channel here.
Special Christmas edition.
And that's right. So here we go.
We're really moving now. Really big shoe.
All right.
Can't find the beginning, can you?
I'm scrolling up. So let's see. First Christmas question. There's a lot of wrestling questions in this one.
Oh boy.
Aaron. Are we ready for that? Okay. What are some of your favorite and least favorite Christmas songs?
Let's see. I mean, you know, I've listened to this season. Maybe it's an old guy thing. I don't know. I can't explain it. But I've been full of the Christmas spirit.
Sure, man. Yeah.
And I've had the Christmas music going all the time. And I like all the classics. You know what I mean? I don't want any new stuff.
Right.
So like.
Now, okay, let me ask you a question. Where does All I Want for Christmas Is You fall
She's
on
in.
that?
She's in.
Okay.
She's in. Anything after that is out.
It's out.
Including our Run DMC's Christmas song. That one's right on the border.
Okay.
If I'm in the right mood, nothing past that. Nothing. And also, some of the older stuff, like, for example, a little song from Paul McCartney, that's out.
You don't like that one.
That's my least favorite Christmas song, is that Paul McCartney and Wings song.
You know, it's funny because I'm one of the few people, I think, on this earth that like that song. You know?
No,
like,
I think you respect Paul McCartney, so you're giving him a pass.
I don't think that it's the greatest Christmas song.
You're right.
But I don't think that it's like the dirt worst.
What's worse?
It's not the top Dominic the Donkey.
I never heard that one.
Well, look it up.
The chorus is for that Wings song. Is it Wings? That's a Wings, isn't it?
I never know, really, to be honest with you.
He was Wings. I don't know what we can do.
It's not like Wings was doing a lot of stuff.
When he left Wings, how'd they do?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Right in the dirt.
There's an apt analogy.
It should be called Engine.
Right. I like, I'll tell you something interesting. I never heard Last Christmas until I lived in Korea. For some reason, I never heard that song. And that's when it's turned into.
You ever
one
heard
of my
what?
favorites. Last Christmas, Wham.
Oh, no.
I like that song.
I like that. We Three Kings. Ooh, another one I like.
What's that?
Yeah,
Carol the Bells. We did that in the band.
No, but I mean the cool version.
Yeah,
with that one band that plays it.
Trans-Siberian
Orchestra. That's a pretty good one too.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
I like a lot of cheesy, like 80s, like Mannheim Steamroller.
Yeah.
Like all that synth stuff.
Ooh, I like Bob Doug McKenzie's 12 Days of Christmas. I like that one too.
I cannot stomach that song in any form because
but
it's
no,
so
but you
long.
can. Theirs is not theirs.
Okay.
Yeah, theirs is funny.
But in terms of like all-time classics, I got to go with Der Bingle.
What's that?
Bing Crosby's Christmas album.
How about him and Bowie doing Little Drummer Boy? That's Trace's favorite.
That's good. I like that.
That's it. Let's go ahead and we'll agree on that one.
Yeah.
That one's great.
Just like Bowie and Bing.
It's also weird.
Well, yeah,
and
that's
a
what's
weird
so great
pairing.
about it.
Yeah.
How
old was Bowie? 1,000?
You mean Bing?
No, both. They were both. I mean, what a weird.
Bowie wasn't that old. Bing was ancient.
I think they did a thing where Bing was dying and he transferred himself into Bowie. Because they both had these incredible long lives.
That's true.
I wonder who Bowie's in now. We'll have to find out.
Yeah.
It's not you. I know that.
You sure?
Trust me.
All right. Pixels at Dawn says, if you could have a Christmas edition of any game, what would it be and how would it work?
Well, it'd be Lionheart.
Oh, sorry. We can't leave this because I forgot about that song. That is a great song, Thursday Board, and that is in my top 5.
Ooh.
This is a song you've never heard before.
All right.
Chris Ray, Driving Home for Christmas. I never heard about this song until I lived in England. And it's all over England. People love it over there. And it's a great song.
Why haven't we heard it? I didn't heard
it. Just never crossed the Atlantic. But when I worked at Apple, it was like the week before everybody was off for Christmas. They'd always put that on, and I'd be like, "Yeah, it's."
Can I guess what it goes like?
Home for Christmas.
It's like drive. You got to do the real thick Cockney accent. I am driving home for Christmas. 10 crumpets on my lap.
How
Something
did
like
you
that.
know?
Is that how it goes?
Yes.
I knew it.
Oh my gosh,
I watch a lot of BBC. We just pick this stuff up.
Yeah, well, I guess there's nothing really more to be said
Is Chris
about
Ray a boy?
Yeah, it's a guy. He sounds.
My version was a kind of a real drug, chain smoking woman.
Is that what that was? Like a Dina or something?
That's right. That's exactly right. Adina singing
all
it.
Your favorite Christmas hits.
That would be something right there. Holy smokes.
Okay, now we move on.
You edited that. Yeah, what is
Christmas edition of any game.
What would you pick? Because it's going to be hard to make a Christmas edition of the Addams Family.
Well,
don't know. Move on. It's got to try something else.
Hardball 2?
That's the off season, you idiot.
You put me on the spot. I don't know. Christmas edition. The problem.
You love a bunch of those JRPG stuff. What are one of those?
Well, this is an Amiga. I'm assuming they're talking about.
He didn't say Amiga, did he?
I really think
Christmas gloom. That's it. Come on, Duncan.
You got to come up with something because I'm
I told you what mine would be.
What?
It'd be Lionheart, man.
Yeah, that.
Because he's rescuing Santa.
Well, if you recall, our very first Christmas card featured Lionheart riding on Santa's sleigh.
That's the way. Yeah, that's the way you do it. And the thing is, that game lends itself to like a winter environment. You just make all the platforms snow covered, and you change stuff to like evil elves or like killer rhododendrons, maybe. See, they're giving away gold here.
Yeah.
They shoot those berries at you. They poison you.
I think you might think about. Are you sure you're not thinking about poinsettias?
No, rhododendrons. Right? What's the Christmas
poinsettia?
Well, same thing.
Yeah,
it's the same exact thing in America.
Sure. And the problem is that all the games I like already have Christmas editions. Like summer games. Boom. There's already winter.
I got
games.
one.
Okay.
Christmas Walker. This would, you know how because they have the carts that come out with the guys on it, they could be sleighs.
Yeah, and Walker could be wearing a big Santa hat.
Exactly, and Santa's driving it.
Oh, yeah.
That would be something. Where's that on the magazine?
Maybe Christmas Nightmare Highway. I'm going with that.
Wrong computer, Boat.
You said it didn't have to be Amiga.
No, you said that. You said they didn't say, but we made the rules. Amiga.
Okay.
Also, Nightmare Highway. Have you ever played that?
It's really not that great.
How would you play? How would you make it Christmassy? Because you can't see the road.
Well, you just you put a little Santa hat on your car, top down.
Man, that would look even worse. Oh look, see Matthew Duport Christmas pushover. Now that's a Christmas Splatterhouse. Not so good.
Test Drive 2 Sleigh Ride.
It's amazing how
Christmas Worms.
It's amazing how it's good and bad. Everyone,
yeah.
Like that's a good one. That's horrible.
We should rely on the chat more often for these questions. Those are all awesome. Okay. Aaron, have you ever pulled a Christmas cracker?
We get crackers every year. Yeah, tons, all the time. I've done it many times. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not something that most people in the United States do.
Yeah, like I'd never done it before I lived in England.
Yeah. Well, me and Tree have done it with the boy for a long time. I believe we were gifted some crackers one time. It sounds funny to say that, but I just keep thinking of the Jeffersons whenever I say that. I don't know why. Because you don't hear that slur that often.
No.
But we used to get the crackers, and we still do. Now I haven't gotten any this year. I haven't seen any for sale this year.
Where do you usually buy them? Service merchandise?
Walmart has them.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to buy some because I think Eve would enjoy that.
Yeah, they're nice. But I mean, I will say the gifts in them are garbage.
Oh yeah, you just do.
You get that paper crown, and you get that. I mean, like. You watch Mr. Bean, do you? You do watch Mr. Bean? There's a great Christmas episode where he gets like 1 million crackers, and he takes all the explosives and puts it into one cracker.
Oh man!
And when he opens it up and it blows up his house, basically.
Well,
it's
this is we could recreate the famous Chud story with the tennis ball.
Oh man!
Use the crackers.
Chud could find some way to set himself on fire with the crackers.
Paul, a.k.a. Hermsky, asks, have you ever had a fully snowed-in white Christmas?
Snowed in? And when I was younger, we used to go to my granny's every Christmas Day. And we did go up through some pretty bad roads that would probably have kept people not from West Virginia home.
Right.
In West Virginia, we used to be used to driving on snow. We don't get that much snow anymore.
Not
like, how long has it been since we got a real hardcore, like, feet and feet snow?
Yeah.
You know, when I was younger, we used to have a lot more snow. But yeah, I would say yes.
I remember 1 year, it was probably it was in the early 90s. And we drove to my grandmother's house, and she lived on College Hill in St. Albans, which is back behind the McClung and Morgan.
Yeah.
And you'd go up, you'd literally go up this hill like this.
One of those, yeah.
And, and my dad, he had to put on the brakes, and then we just started sliding back on the road. And I was like, this isn't good. So,
yeah. You know, they've got a point there. We're snowed in right now. So, like, this is going to be, Bo can't go home. He's going to be living here for a while.
Are you going to start singing It's Cold Outside?
It's going to be cold outside for you here in a few minutes because there's no bathroom in this studio. Listen. So you're hosed.
All right. Let's see here. Pajako also asks, he says, what retro Christmas decorations do you have? And did you buy any new ones for this year, like the Hallmark arcade machines?
No. Well, I do have a Christmas decoration arcade machine up there, actually. A couple of them.
Those have candy in them.
No, not those. That's that Pac-Man right there. That works. That's you can put that, and that's another one. I've got our old Christmas cards. I've got the decorations I won at your arcade event.
Yeah.
I've got those over here. I never throw nothing away, so I've got all that stuff. In fact, you can see them peeking out over there on my shelf. See it right there, those little Christmas gifts. So, but I mean, I don't buy any, like pixelated wreaths and crap. Like, I never buy any of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have any of that stuff either. I was tempted by those little ornaments, but now they're out of print, and you know how, like, collectible ornaments get. Because the Galaga one looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of those exact same things that you have. Yeah. So I guess, yes, if we can count those.
Yeah. I mean, let's face facts. We don't, no one else around us really cares much about this stuff, and so...
Right.
If
I tried to turn our living room into retro gaming wonderland for Christmas, it would not stand.
I will say I could set my tree on fire and say, Luke, come here, feed the cats, and he would come and feed the cats, and he would never notice. I'll tell you how oblivious he is because it's always like this, right? I bought him a chair, arcade gaming chair for Christmas that lights up with LEDs. It's awesome. It's huge box. It's so big that I got nowhere to put it, so I just sat it in the living room, and I just put a tote on top of it. Yeah. It's sitting in plain view. He's walked past it 100 times, and he just still has no idea it's there.
That's awesome.
So, no, it's not awesome, but that's no good.
I mean, you were smart.
Those goofs are like they're not paying attention. They walk and fall in fountains and stuff. That's it.
Bundy asks, "What's your favorite Christmas drink?"
Oh man. Christmas drink. I'm not an eggnog guy.
See, I'm totally down with the nog.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't drink it. It's not something I usually go after. It has to be booze.
Yeah.
Infused.
Well, of course it does.
I had this apple cider, this cinnamon cider. It was real good. So I'd probably go with something like that. But I mean, let's face facts. Whatever is there is my Christmas drink.
I like a little bit of sherry on Christmas Day.
Oh, sherry.
Pour yourself a nice glass, and then kick the feet back.
Sherry, it's okay. It's okay at certain events.
Well, you're not going to be down in bottles like you are when you're partying hard.
Well, you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
We'll find out next week.
Let's see here. David Hearn Ryder asks,
that sounds good, Curtis.
He says, over the festive period, cricket is a big deal here in Australia. What are your thoughts on cricket? Okay, so never mind. That's not a Christmas one. We'll save that one, David.
But
sorry.
I can't give my thoughts on cricket?
Sure.
I want to talk about something else instead. So I was watching, because we played cricket on the show. Remember that? But we also played darts, right? And I watched, someone had uploaded this guy, and he's in the dart tournament championship in the UK. It's a big deal. I don't know what year it was. And you can, how they do it. You throw darts, and you've got a certain score, and then that's what you're aiming to get that score and there's like so many rounds. This guy did the perfect round. It was the first time it had ever been done on a televised event.
Wow.
It was so exciting, both.
You know,
and I felt bad for the doofus beside who was doing pretty well, but this guy was just like, like it was unbelievable, man. It was awesome. I could get into that kind of sport at Christmas. You're kicking back on the couch. You know
what's great about watching darts, because I've watched a lot since the crowd is totally into it.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah.
They are zeroed in on what's going on.
Yeah. And what was great about this is like even after it was over, like you had all the because you've got a bunch of liquored up goofs there,
right?
But you've also got like officials and TV people,
mm-hmm.
And so after he throws the darts, everybody's going bananas. You even see people in suits that are going back in there getting stuff from behind the thing, and they're smiling. They're so happy because they couldn't believe what they just saw.
Right.
They were so happy. I love events like that where everyone, even the lowliest janitor, is just like, I was here for it. I was here for it.
That's the great thing about sports.
Yeah.
You know, I still watch those Yorkshire pub games from time to time.
Do you ever watch any? Yeah, those are great.
Yeah.
You ever watch any cricket? I mean, just sit down and watch a match?
I've tried. And it's just...
The 9-dart checkout. Thank you, Happy. That's
Bam.
exactly it. It was awesome. But yeah, cricket, you can't get into it?
I think what I need to do is sit down beside somebody that really knows it, and they can kind of talk me through it. I feel like that would help, because I'm always up for following some new sport.
Yeah,
you know?
And I'll tell you something else I was watching was the old billiards of the night.
Snooker?
You know, the snooker. That's right, snooker. And they were doing the gimmick where they were just barely tapping the cue ball, you know, and so they did it. These two masters were the masters of that. They just did it over and over, and the crowd kept getting more excited.
It's hard for me to watch new snooker since we've seen...
Oh, this is old.
Okay, I was going to say, the old stuff...
No, nothing past 1990, that's out.
Because you can't smoke anymore and you can't drink.
No.
That's no good.
No.
That's no good.
Can you imagine no drinking darts? What is that?
There's nothing is
Screw
what
that.
is.
That's just some geek throwing a dude at a thing.
Yep. Let's see here. Chris says top 3 Christmas songs. So we kind of gave generalizations. Now it's time to hone in.
Well, I want to see. I do like the Bob and Doug one. I like the that one, but traditional songs, you know, they're all so good. Mm-hmm. I really do. I love them all.
Yeah.
Dean Martin, Bing Crosby, they could do it all. I love both those guys. Dean has some nice.
So you give me
Frank
2.
Sinatra.
I need one more.
I know it's hard. I'm going to go with the old chestnuts roasting. Remember that
Christmas
one?
Song, yep.
Yeah, that.
Well, it's funny because that's also in my top.
You got to have that one.
Okay.
Who does that?
That's when Nat King Cole is probably the most famous.
He's tremendous, isn't he? My dad loves him too. Big fan.
I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with Christmas in Killarney by Bing Crosby. I don't know if you know that one.
I've heard that one. Oh, he listen, Bing. Are you kidding me?
And
he's smooth.
Santa Claus is Back in Town by Elvis Presley.
Really?
Yeah.
Not Blue Christmas or
no,
something?
I hate Blue Christmas.
I do love that song. And what makes that song great is the backup thing.
But Santa Claus is Back in Town is great. It's a highly underrated Christmas song.
Elvis is awesome.
Yeah, he
is. He was great, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Okay. We've got... Christian Russell asks, do you have a favorite TV or film version of A Christmas Carol?
Man, I've seen it done many times. Mm-hmm. I will say that. I saw Patrick Stewart play Scrooge. What was his name? George C. Scott. No. That would be a whole different version of that. He'd be seeing all kinds of stuff. No, George C. Scott. He did a great Scrooge.
Who is he famous for?
He was in Patton.
Okay.
He played Patton.
Did he stand in front of the big flag?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
Have you never seen Patton? Mm-mm. Oh, dude, it's so good.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll watch it.
Blackadder's Christmas Carol. That is a good one. I do enjoy that one. But I would probably, my favorite version is the radio. Radio version.
I'm gonna have to listen to that.
It's awful. I mean, they've done it a million times, but there's one in particular was done on Suspense that I like. And
if you think about it, send me the link because I'll sit down and listen to it.
Yeah. The Muppet one is good. The Disney one's good.
My favorite one's the Disney one. That's the one I always think of. Of
course, Scrooged is pretty funny. Have you seen that? You never seen that one?
I just watched Groundhog Day.
Do you know who Carol Kane is?
She wrote "It's Too Late, Babe."
No. I mean, no. This is a different girl. I think that was her name. She. Remember, you ever seen The Princess Bride?
Yes.
You remember Billy Crystal? And he has as the one guy that has wife.
Yes.
Her, the wife.
Okay.
She plays one of the ghosts in
I
that.
like her.
And her thing is she just beats the tar out of you. That's what makes it.
So Scrooge is a Christmas Carol.
And,
like,
and
remixed with Bill
Buster
Murray.
Poindexter plays one of the ghosts too. So like it's a funny version with Bill Murray.
Okay.
I'm surprised you haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
It's Tree's favorite. She loves that one.
Huh. I'll have to watch it.
You know.
Okay. Let's see here. What is your favorite holiday period sporting event?
Football. It's got to be football.
Well, it's a big day for the NBA if you're a basketball
I'm
fan.
not.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not
care about the
either.
NBA, but I watched. You know, down these parts, they'll show NFL games even on Christmas. They use college games.
absolutely.
A lot of times.
There's bowl games and there's NFL.
I don't care about college sports anymore. I just gave up.
Right.
You know, there used to be. You know, Christmas was a big wrestling day back in the '80s, and all the way back. It
was the Rose Parade? Was that on Christmas or was that a New Year's thing?
Yeah, I think that's later on. I
Okay.
think. The funny thing about bowls is like the later on they are, the better they are. That's why they have all the kind of like
Right.
Marshall played
Like
one the other night.
The Crypto.com Bowl.
I saw some suckers playing at one that were 6-5.
Yeah.
And then so you
Yeah,
barely.
You got to
made it
have
in.
at least 6 wins to get to bowl. The whole thing is stupid.
Well, I mean,
The
they're gonna
whole
get
thing.
paid.
Yeah.
But you know, let's we both know that's football rules over here. But let's take football out of it. What else would you like to watch? Like if you said that,
I'd love to watch. I'd love to watch. Like, you know how once a year they have a hockey game that's outside.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
I'd love that they put that on Christmas.
It would be fun to attend that.
Yeah. Man, the funnest like sporting events I went to in college were all hockey games.
We should go down to the toilet bowl sometime. That's the one on
Watch
Thanksgiving.
the Blizzard?
No, you know what I'm talking about? The toilet bowl down in
no.
St. Albans?
No.
Between the River Rats and it's a tradition that goes back since like the 30s.
Really?
Every Thanksgiving.
What sport is this?
It's football, but it's just two neighborhoods on each side of the tracks.
Oh.
They have a football battle in the mud. It's called the toilet bowl.
Okay.
They have a parade out to it. They've got a queen of the toilet
We should
bowl.
definitely shoot live from there. Live from the toilet bowl.
That would be great.
You're looking live. Do the old Musburger thing.
But yeah, I would like to see. Listen, you know what I'd like to see is like a real nice decorated bar for those games, like we talked about. We're both suckers for those. We just love them. I would love to be in the bar when it's happening. How exciting would that be?
If I was like Rupert Murdoch or whatever media mogul there is, I would fully fund another Yorkshire pub games.
We should have darts at Boat Fest.
I don't know, man. There's gonna be a lot of heavy drinking going on.
Yes,
I don't want to be liable.
But we could get anyone that from Europe could give us some pointers.
Yeah,
you know, we need those.
We'll save that for Dowdy Palooza.
Oh, you kidding me?
All right,
I'll hit you with darts.
David Hearn Ryder asks, "Have you ever played Christmas Lemmings?"
Yeah. Oh God, yes. Of
Yeah.
course.
We
Yes,
both
absolutely.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of little Christmas games that came out. There's a Christmas Lemmings was one. There was what was the one that was like ice and
The Fire and Ice Christmas edition.
Yeah. There's that one. So yeah, we've played some of those.
Yeah,
and
of course, James Bond 2.
Jazz Jackrabbit had Christmas. I'm on the old PC. You know, so yeah, those are always nice.
Let's see.
Elf bowling.
Pixels at Dawn. Elf bowling, yeah. Pixels at Dawn asks, no mince pies, no Christmas pudding or Christmas cake.
Okay.
What do you guys do for festive desserts in West Virginia?
It's funny, we wouldn't have answered any of those.
That's why he said
Oh.
we don't have any of those.
Oh, yeah. What do we do? Well, I'll tell you what my dad does. Once again, fruitcake is always welcome.
Yeah.
It's good eating.
I just ordered 3 fruitcakes from the monastery where my uncle's a monk.
Oh,
They're coming in
man. Did
tomorrow.
I have one? Did you have those before? It seems like I've had a piece of one of those.
Well, it was supposed to be your Christmas present today, so you're going to be getting one later.
Woohoo! Yeah. I was going to say, you could have gotten me that, too, for Christmas.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
worry.
man, you got
I'm
me a
taking care of
fruitcake,
you.
a boozed-up fruitcake.
Yep.
Shazam.
Kentucky bourbon.
Oh, man. So
Yeah.
that's going to be up there. My dad makes this peppermint chocolate cake. Oh, man, it's awful good.
I'll tell you what I like.
But cakes were banned, weren't they? I forgot.
I like the old puppy chow, with a little bit of candy cane in it. You know what I'm talking about, puppy chow?
Oh, no.
It's like a Chex Mix, but it's like very chocolate heavy Chex Mix.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
melted
I don't
together.
think we ever called it that.
I don't know what the proper name for it is, but anyway,
Yeah.
I like that. And of course, you can't go wrong with fruitcake.
Yeah. But when it comes to non-cake, because I think they said cakes were banned.
No. He just means Christmas cake is like a definite thing in the
Oh,
UK.
really? That's something called
Yeah,
Christmas.
Christmas
What's in
cake.
it? You
I
know,
have
it's
no
got
idea.
carrots and stuff in it, probably.
Oh, probably something.
What's your favorite non-cake thing at Christmas? Any food, any dessert, main course, whatever.
I like
to
a
get you
good
some ham.
good glazed ham.
See, I'm right.
Yeah.
That's why we get along.
That's right.
And what's nice, you get that pineapple on top of it, maybe a couple of those cherries.
Yeah.
Cut into that sucker. Get you some of those dinner rolls. You're
Sometimes
in.
what I do is I cut the dinner roll in half.
And then, bam, put the thing on the thing. That's right, man. That's how you do it old school. That's the way I like it. Yeah. Bam.
Not a Christmas question.
You're getting as blind as I am. Is it the lights?
Yeah. And it's also because I'm blind.
Oh.
What is your favorite Christmas sweater?
I've never owned a Christmas sweater.
If you were to buy one.
Oh, I don't like sweaters.
Yeah, you don't
It's
often
a
wear
fat
long
guy
sleeves.
thing. I don't like long sleeves either.
Yeah.
That's an Aaron thing.
I don't think I've ever seen you in long sleeves.
Skin issues. Because I have to touch that stuff and it doesn't do well with my...
I understand.
No good.
I bought 3 Christmas sweaters this past season.
The one you had on was quite nice. You know, it was lovely.
In fact, since it was mentioned, I'll just show it off.
What is that red thing over there, by the way?
Those are my pants.
Oh, I didn't wear the pants on the show tonight.
No, I always go pantsless.
That's, Oh, yeah, that was keep my boy like that.
Yeah. I also got one with a dog on it. I'm trying to think of what the name of the dog is. It's the Queen's dog, whatever kind of dog the Queen of England has. Corgi. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
And I got one with Tom Nook on it. I'm sure you know who Tom Nook is.
Yeah.
So I wore those to school. The kids, they loved them. So, and I love them too.
Did you see what 312 Universe wrote? He's got a fruit cake, new in box in 1987.
Wow.
Are you going to eat that, man?
Remember that episode of Seinfeld with Elaine in the cake?
Where she dances while she's eating and they show the videotape of it?
Yeah.
The last part there where he's like, you know what was he said? The dairy products that have been out of date for like 200 years due to a human intestinal tract? Oh, man. I'd eat it too, though. What the heck? When are you going to get a chance to eat that?
Once. Chris Folds asks, what do you guys have instead of Christmas crackers?
Well, Christmas crackers, but there's other. What do we have?
Gold coins.
Everyone's got stockings full of candy and stuff, right?
I guess stocking is where you put.
Is that do they do that in the
gifts.
UK and stuff?
I don't think they do stockings in the UK.
Really? They're not useless. There's good stuff in their money, candy.
It depends on the stocking. Depends on the giver.
Yeah, I mean,
you always end up. I'll tell you this: every year at the end of Christmas, I always reach down I've had the same stocking since I was born, pretty much. My mom made it. Really? I reach down there. I still find like one extra Hershey's Kiss from the year before. It somehow manages it.
And you just chuck it right in your mouth because those things age good.
Yep, that's right.
Now dunks, they do
okay,
do
they do stockings.
What is the American tradition? We don't do mistletoe anymore.
No.
What do? We don't have really anything. Christmas. Go watch Christmas Story 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, no, that's
is that what we do?
Yeah.
We are lame. We need to bring back a tradition that no one does.
Krampus.
He's huge. He's a big deal. The Cramp.
I never heard about it before I started hanging out with you.
Well, I'm just saying, dude, you've never heard a lot of stuff. I mean, come on.
It's true.
And you work at a school.
What does that mean?
Because kids, I guarantee you, go ask your kids who Krampus is. They're going to know.
You think so?
I will put money on it. Go ask your fellow teachers tomorrow.
I'll do an informal analysis.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all. We've hit that.
Those are all the Christmas questions.
That was a goodly amount, wasn't it? I was
Yeah.
surprised that we had so many, man. That sounds good.
That's true. We do drive around looking at Christmas lights.
I'm going to do that Friday. I'm going to pick the kid up and the woman. We're going to drop to St. Albans. We haven't seen the Christmas lights yet. Now, we used to have Luke go in and sit on Santa's lap, but I don't think that's going to happen. He's a little bit too huge. He still believes in the Santa, though.
Wow.
And I think we're supposed to tell him by now, but I can't do it. I'm going to let him keep doing it.
He'll figure it out eventually.
It's Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy Blues, and everything.
He'll figure it out. Or maybe he's just humoring you. You ever think of that?
No. I know.
Okay. So, Aaron, opening of the gifts.
All right, what would you like to open?
Well, why don't we play it just like Christmas morning? You open one and then I'll open one.
Okay. Well, I've got the one here.
All right.
But I've got one for you here.
Okay. Well, why don't I open this one?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So this comes to us from moonpig.com. They're over in Mahwah, New Jersey. Mahwah.
Moonpig.
You're a Jersey guy.
I am.
Where's Mahwah at?
I've not heard of it, to be honest with you, Boat. It sounds a Native American to me.
This is a big honking card, is what this is.
Oh man, that's cool. Is that a cassette?
Yeah, it's got a cassette on there. It says 2021 Retro Classics Merry Christmas Amigos, compiled by Duncan. We know Duncan.
Okay.
We know Duncan.
That is fancy, isn't it, Boat?
So this says, hi, John, Aaron, Brent, and everyone who puts up with your very busy retro schedule. Congrats on another year of awesome and fun work. To all at Amigos Studios, have a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Dunk.
Very nice. Let me have a look at that boat.
Look at that.
That's super fancy, isn't it?
Yeah. That's going up on the wall on Amigos Studios.
That's great. I love it. What a very clever thing too, the cassette. Thank you, Dunk. Dunk's a good guy. He's been with us for a long time. And I mean that he's part of the show.
Yeah, he is part of the show. He is our social media coordinator. He is the producer of This Week in Retro, and he's done all of the intros for all of our shows.
Yeah.
All the video intros.
Plus multiple wacky things for ARG that I've asked him to do.
Tons and tons of awesome stuff.
And of course, he also helped out extensively on our conversation with the Dark Side. Yeah, everything. Dunk's great. Thank you, Dunk.
All right, Aaron. It's your turn. Why don't you tackle that big chewy box?
Here, I'm going to hand you your box, boat. This is yours. So I got a big, huge package in the mail today from our good buddy David Z. All right, let's see what Dave, you never know what you're going to get with Dave. Dave, by the way, thank you, Dave. Well, you didn't have to send me a nice gift. Here's some of that.
Look at that. There's a wooden
Whoa, what is this? Oh, look at that. That's that is it's a framed picture of a wrestler. Oh my gosh, it's actually signed as well. Look at that. It looks like it's got a little water on it there.
Here, let me put that up.
Hold that up. See if anybody can name that guy without me saying his name. I would be stunned. Thank you, Super Tech Boy. There's more in here, Bo.
Boy, he doesn't even look like a wrestler.
Oh, he's not. He's a cruiserweight, but he's the best technical wrestler on earth. You know.
This is certified by Pro Wrestling Tees to be 100% authentic.
That's awful nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave. Yeah. Here's another one. Oh no, what is this? I'm gonna set this down right here. Dave knows what I like. That was awful nice, by the way, Dave. Oh wow. Holy smokes. That is something right there. That's an autographed picture of the man who just passed away. That's Harley Race. 7 times NWA World Champion. Gosh, Dave, overkill. I'll be putting these up all over the arcade.
Yeah.
Harley Race was great. Now,
what was his finisher?
He did a headbutt off the top rope, but he had legendarily great hair. He was in the video we watched with Hulk Hogan. Remember on the VCR game? Yeah, he was old. You're like, who's this old guy? Right. That was him as an old guy.
Wow.
Thank you, Dave. Isn't that nice?
Cool.
One more here, but I think. Okay. By the way, I'm going to get time's up on that other picture. That was Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. Oh no, look at this, Bo. You even know who this guy is. Kevin Steen. Look at that. Another one. Thank you, Dave, so much. Look at that.
Yeah. Dave knows just how to get to you.
Kevin Steen. Now he's now known as Kevin Owens in the WWF.
Oh, so he can't use the effing anymore.
No, he can still use that. He can't use the Steen part. You see.
Okay.
He's now Kevin Owens. That's awful nice. Thank you, Dave. Gosh, what a nice guy. I wonder if he 3D printed the wood that went in those frames.
And Christmas came early for me from Dave because Dave sent me a 1050.
Is that like a tax form?
Yeah, he sent me a tax form. He sent me an Atari disk drive that you graciously supplied the cable for.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Because I supplied the key to the
now,
thing. Thank you, Dave. And also, Dave sent my son some big package, which we're going to open on Christmas.
Oh.
So thank you, Dave.
Now, I've also got a package here from Dave, an additional package.
Dave,
he's a giver.
He is a giver. Look at that.
Look at this. Talk about 3D printing.
What is that?
This is the old Christmas train. This is the Christmas Express.
Wow, I thought it was. I thought it was one of those, bondage collars for a second.
No. What this reminds me of.
It could be both.
I used to have a snake that was sort of like this.
Yeah.
You do that thing. Remember that? This is a great Happy Holidays train from the one and only Dave Z.
Yeah.
I will put this right on the old mantle.
Yeah, very nice.
In front of the TV.
So that was 3D printed?
Yeah, this is one of these things
can I have a look at that?
Yeah, it's 3D printed, but it prints all the holes and everything. So
how could you possibly get? How does it? I mean, we live in like a Star Trek universe.
We do. Now there's an additional one here that I can give to you because it's not quite as nice as the one that I got. So there you go.
It looks nice to me, Boat. Be nice to Dave. Here you go.
And this one, there's 3.
Is there a trend there that says "Go to hell"? How about that one for you, Boat? That's funny because this one just says bye. Oh, I got it backwards. I was like, bye, Hollowop. What's that mean? Wow, those are so fancy, Boat. My God.
Sammy Sosa said backwards is Yamas Assos.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you know that?
That's what. What's his name?
He hasn't been a prominent figure in sports for decades.
Well, this was who was the Chicago announcer? Harry Carey.
Yeah.
He figured that out.
He did?
Yeah.
He must have been liquored up at the time.
You think?
I'm going to put that right in front of our Amigos Christmas.
You know, Harry Carey, in his later years, he used to come on and do the first 2 innings.
Yeah.
And then he'd hit the bar, and then he'd come back. And
you could tell because I used to watch the games back then. Thank you, Dave. That was awful nice of you there. Oh, look at that. Okay, that was great.
All right. Now, I've got a little something for you, Aaron.
Oh, that's pretty big, Boat.
Just a little trinket.
I hope this isn't something elaborate. Look how nice. No. You didn't wrap this, did you?
That was 100% my wife.
Yeah. Look how nice it's wrapped, everybody. Thank you, Eve.
I don't have the strength.
Well, also, your hands are just destroyed. That helps, too. What do we got here? It looks like flexible LEDs, Bo. Thank you.
You might be able to put those up in the old arcade.
Very good. We know we had LEDs in here. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They weren't that good, were they?
Well, hopefully these will be better. These were the higher end.
Oh boy, Honeywell.
So, yeah.
That's the money LED.
The first name in LED lighting and home thermostats.
Thank you, Boat. I appreciate that. I'll definitely put those up.
I think combined there's like 450,000 feet of LED lighting.
Really? It says here, 16 feet each.
Yeah,
so that's what, 3, that's like, what is that, 40 feet?
40 feet.
60
you can do
feet.
a lot with
50,
40 feet.
56, 58. Automobile.
we shouldn't try and do math.
No.
All right.
Thank you, Boat.
You're welcome. And now.
Isn't he a sweetie? Look at it.
The big finale.
Eve did not wrap that. Now, I may have gotten you one of these exact same things, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, man. So this is...
Did I give you one of these already?
You did not.
Oh, good.
But my brother-in-law gave me one.
Ooh, that brother-in-law!
Listen, man, you can't have too many...
Is it the exact same thing he gave you?
Yes. You can't have too many Game Boy heat change mugs. And I tell you what, I'm going to keep one of these at school because I drink a lot of coffee at school and one at home. My students will be over the moon because all this stuff... They love it.
Here's my reasoning was I'll do anything to get you to stop drinking out of that creepy straw thing.
Oh, that's not going to end. That's only beginning.
Oh man.
No.
Good thing I got you the double gift. I'd been up the creek.
Now this
your brothers have got good taste.
The Crew, the Quest for Planet 9.
Yeah.
This is a card game, and it was a
big
Kinderspiel de Jarn winner.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal.
Also, I looked it up on Board Game Geek.
This is cool because I love, and this is a shoot. I love spades and hearts and stuff like that.
I know, but also you can actually do multiplayer or 1 to 2 player.
Really?
Yeah, I got several. I got a bunch of those 1 to 2 player games to kind of give out. Mm-hmm. But I thought you might dig that one, and it got good reviews, and no one else cares about reviews.
And I also love the space theme. Like Race for the Galaxy is one of my favorite games just because of the theming. So thank you. This is great. I appreciate this, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Boat. I love it.
And so it ends.
Very
Christmas
Christmassy.
2020. We'll see you next time. In fact, we do hope you have a very Merry Christmas. And make sure you tune in next week as we talk about our games of the year. We're actually going to open it up. We're going to do things a little different this year, Aaron.
A little lower key.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a Discord channel. I'm going to say, write about your favorite game we played this year. Give us a little review, why you liked it. We're going to read those off. We're going to talk about our favorite games. And
can we put a poll up in the Discord? We can't we? We can do a poll.
Sure. I invite you to put up whatever poll.
Oh, so you're not going to plan? You're not planning a poll?
Yes,
what you're saying.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay. I don't care. Whatever you want to do.
You can feel free to tune in. We're going to be also not live. We haven't determined what date we're going to record that yet, so hit that bell.
Oh, we should mention though, we are going to be live on New Year's Eve next Friday. Boat, if the stars align. Not this coming Friday. I'm talking New Year's Eve, brother. It will be a happening. Bo, tell them what we're getting up to.
All right. You're going to get ready because it's going to be a rock band live streamed extravaganza.
Oh, man.
There's going to be multiple cameras. There's going to be multiple bottles of booze. And there's going to be multiple drunkards stumbling around. So, if that sounds appealing to you, and why would it not? We invite you to join us live on twitch.tv/Amigos Retro Gaming for all the festivities. We'll probably start around 7.
That's right. This is going to be a one-shot deal. They're never going to let us show this again.
No.
There's going to be copyright violations to beat the band, the rock band. There may be some violations unto God that are executed at this. It's going to be awesome. Please, if you're stuck at the pad, you got nothing going on, don't watch the ball drop. That's for geeks.
Yeah, that's no good.
Watch the people drop. For
As a wise man once said, let the bodies hit the floor.
That's right, exactly, Bo. That'll be a lot of fun.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you next time. Until then,
adios.